It's awesome.
Mark in the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
What's up, everybody? And slowly my face will appear right next to Chris's. Hi.
What's going on, you guys?
Welcome to the Brick Something N.E.W.S. It is Sunday. It's that time. Sunday, 3:45 Pacific. I do this thing called the Needless Ephemera We Saw. Not exactly news. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's old stuff that I just want to look at and talk to somebody about. And today that somebody is Chris Chatoic from Creative Bee Studios. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, man? Not too much. Excited to cause some chaos.
I mean, is that just normal for you? Is that like?
It's weird. It's like I try to be normal and the chaos comes out, and if I try to chaos, then I become normal. So I don't know which one works.
No, I think you're normal. We're all just boring, man. So I love it. This is actually the first time he's been on this channel. I was trying to remember. I was like, man, I was telling people, I was like, man, I'm super embarrassed that like I haven't had you or David or anybody else on this show because we talk so much about indie lines. We've talked about your stuff, and I realized, oh crap, it's because in my head you have. But we were over on Adams on Highly Articulated.
Yeah, man.
That's where I got to meet you and Ross. And I just, after a while, it all blends together. But you're here now.
I'm here.
So, and you are not the only one that's chaotic, dude. I am. It's crunch time with grades, and I got hit with COVID a little bit ago, so I'm super behind.
Yeah.
And so like I was grading in a coffee shop, then ran home, got some stuff ready for the show. I'm here, so you are not the only person bringing the chaos today.
Perfect.
So
Good. Yeah, I love it, man.
even though I know you cross state lines today, and then and then are jumping on. Where you were hanging out with family, right?
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah, so we're in Florida, so we went and did the Epic Universe. So it's the new park with Universal. Yeah, so you have the dragons, you have Nintendo Land, you have like this haunted area, and then you also have Hogwarts, like the Ministry of Magic. By the way, if you want to do something fun, it is incredible. The Ministry of Magic, it's life size, everything. You go through the craziest building ever, and then the ride is insane, and it's got dragons. It's awesome. I loved it,
dude. Let's do a quick segue. I'm a theme park guy, and I actually have not done Universal Orlando at all. I grew up in LA, so I grew up with Disneyland in my backyard, Knott's Berry Farm in my backyard, Magic Mountain in my backyard, and Universal Studios, the OG. And we just came. I've been to Florida a couple of times. Folks know on the channel that my brother actually works for Disney, and so we get hooked up. Yeah,
What's he
we
doing
do.
for Disney?
He's an Imagineer. He designs attractions. He's
Shut
awesome.
Up. That's
yes.
So cool. I was so excited.
Oh, good. Ted. So Ted, he pops in here occasionally, but I know he's on vacation right now. Not in the USA, the lucky bastard. And he is so he is an Imagineer that worked for the longest time and actually lived in Florida. So we both grew up here in California. There was a time where he had to live for a couple years in Florida because he's working on projects there. He's lived in Japan working on projects over there. So he moves around.
That's
and
cool.
So and they're he professionally is very impressed by what they've done with Epic Universe. And so and he's been telling me even the Orlando stuff. The Harry Potter stuff that existed before that park was awesome. Was like, this is like gold standard at the moment. Like, and I still haven't done it. I haven't done the train. No, I haven't,
dude.
Because so the thing is, if you missed it, we do get hooked up every year with tickets, at least for the US parks. We often have to we want to day, a couple more days, so we'll pay for tickets. So it's not like we never pay. We do.
Mm-hmm.
But then going to Universal, like it's painful because like we're fully paying.
Yeah.
And I tried to be like, we want to do like one day or whatever it is. And it's not cheap. It's
No.
yes.
Oh my gosh, dude. We spent almost like 10 grand altogether for a week. It's insane.
Just
Yeah,
for
that's what I
and
said.
but that's good for a week, right? If you were to try and you probably tried to see like if you do one day, it's like ridiculously that much more.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Yeah, so we did a 3-park package, and it was Universal, Adventure, something. I can't remember what it's called, Venture, whatever. It has a train that connects the two, right? And then we
Yes.
also did Epcot, and we wanted to do Epcot because it had the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which is insanely cool. Rode it a bunch of times. But that's the other thing. Then we did the Express package or whatever it is for those passes where you can go to the express line. So that adds like double ticket price. And then on top of that, you're eating, and I eat every couple hours. So I mean, we're spending like $300 on food at the park, not including. Have you had those butterbeer things from Hogwarts?
Yeah.
The like sugary drinks.
I tried it at Universal Studios LA.
Dude, okay, so I hadn't tried them before because I'm always about like fitness, health, and all that.
Dude, hold on a second. I was gonna say
Yeah.
I want to know what Chris Chaotic is like on
Uh-huh.
butterbeer because it's literally like carbonate and sugar and like
sugar.
Yeah.
Man, oh, go ahead.
Are you? I'm just like, does it affect you or is it just sort of like?
I was walking so fast. I probably did like 50 laps. My family's trying to catch up to me. I have the kids like trying to catch up to me, my nephews, my nieces. And I'm just like, do you see the dragon? Do you see that? I'm just like pointing at things, losing my mind. I have a wand the whole time. I'm swinging around at people. Oh my God. Yeah. Dude. And like, I forget how big I am because I'm 6'4", I'm 300 pounds, and this big person. And I'll just be like acting like a child. And all these people are looking at me like, who is this weirdo?
Yeah.
Oh man, so it's fun, man.
I got to do Universal someday. Like just the parks. I want to, and then the new one, Epic Universe, looks amazing. So I'm the person who's not only like really into theme parks, but I watch theme park content. So like I watch toy content. I watch theme park. I watch Ordinary Adventures. What else? Provost Park. All of them. Shout out to all of them. Random Land, who Adam and I got to meet at WonderCon, and I was just like, oh my God, I watch your YouTube channel.
Total wee woo or woo woo.
Yeah, woo Adam woo. Yeah, no, I mean I watch that stuff, so I'm very familiar with Epic Universe, and it looks amazing.
It is.
And you mentioned dragons because that they have that How to Train Your Dragons, and I know you have an affinity for dragons and beasts, which is so cool. Everything that you thought it was, you recommend it.
Oh, dude, you know what I would recommend though, if you're gonna do it, go to Nintendo World first. Do that whole section, then go to the dragons, which is awesome. If you love How to Train Your Dragon and the universe is built around, you're gonna lose your mind in there. It is so cool. And then I would go to either the haunted one or the Hogwarts. I'd probably do Hogwarts first because it's like medium scary, and then go to the haunted one because it's like full on. But each one has specific rides for those things, and it's incredible. I loved it.
That's cool, man. Whew. Okay, sorry. This is not like I said, needless ephemeral. We talk about everything, toys, theme parks, whatever. Anything creative that gets me wildly, nerdy and excited. Real quick, right off the bat, let me say this: Thralling. What is it? Thralling FR Glory. This is not. I know I've had this sort of series of some pre-recorded stuff, not pre-recorded, live on September 28th, 3:57 p.m. So yes, it's real.
I had to look too. I was like, what time is it?
we are just moving. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started and say hello to the chat first. Because if I don't, I think Immortal Khan is going to strangle me. Okay, here we go. What's up? Let's say hello to everybody. Andrew Gady's Toys, good to see you. He says Beast, and then Josh Brown jumps in with Creative Beast even. Yeah, man, we got the Creative Beast Studios, Chris Chaotic here today. We got Mr. Ryan Clark. Good to see you. Larry's Geeky World is here. Appreciate you, Larry. Let's see. Allison Troy is here. Love to see you earlier today, Allison. Talking GoBots. Thanos Copter is here. What's up, buddy? Thank you, as always, for hanging out. If you're here to help with the links, go for it. Appreciate you. Otherwise, chill, watch. Brian Brink is here. He has been a member for 18 months. Thank you to all the channel members. I could do a lot more for you. And
I saw that thing. I was like, I have my old channel. Where's that?
did you all hear how that I like one, the physics was right, and then clunk?
Dude, it's 7.5 pounds, man. And I want to get a bigger one that weighs 15. And it's funny because I had to work my way out. You don't think that weighs a lot, but when it's on your neck, after a while you start sweating, it's gonna be awesome.
You need that clock on there though. Hey, what's up, Trevor? Hey. He says, man, Trevor, Monday and every Monday to Legion's Con. Go check out Trevor's channel. That's the place to be to see who all is going to be there and just hear from the folks. Sadly, I won't, but that's a whole other story. JMac 77. Yeah, I'm missing out this year, but man, I'll be hanging out watching from a distance. We actually didn't even get to see much of each other. I saw your boxes before the show started. I think you guys hadn't gotten there, and so they were like piled up on a pallet, wrapped up last year. Oh, anyways, whatever. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Yeah.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I was just saying last year. No, I know. Sorry, I was
up here. I saw Adam's comment. Which wand did you get? I was thinking in my head, I got the Phoenix Special Edition wand from Epic. I'm so sorry.
No, all good. I was just saying last year at Legion's Con, which is the only one I've been to, we arrived, we were looking for our stuff, and we saw your stuff in the other room in a pallet, like waiting for you all.
Well, you know what's funny is we were looking for that pallet for probably 2 hours. I kid you not. And Dave was getting frustrated. We should have had everything. We're looking for it, and we walked by that specific pallet like 4 or 5 times, but there's other stuff in that room. And I think it was Adam who actually said, I think I saw your pallet. Adam's great. He's so funny. He has this like super energized monotone personality. He's like, I saw your palette, and I couldn't tell if he was joking with me or not. He's like, yeah, it's in that room where they're setting up the Legion stuff or something or another. And I was like, okay. And then an hour later, it was the same palette he had talked about. I was like, I'm an idiot.
Now he saw your stuff because we were freaking out because of our stuff. But anyways, Rick Jones is here. Word to both our mothers. All right, cool. I'll let her know you said hello. Wait. But anyways, hi. Why does Chris look like he's on a late 90s video? See, I told you before we started, I said, dude, do you have the Paula Abdul effect?
Yeah.
And so
I think it's a summer. Wait, let me.
No, I think you've got like an aspect ratio thing going on.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, you know what?
It's the Paula Abdul rush video with Keanu Reeves. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, if you do, you're just as dorky as I am. But yes, it's a little bit of the Kung Fu Theater Paula Abdul stretch. But anyways, if not, it's okay. You're way too thick and buff anyways, so it makes me feel a little better.
It was a beauty filter, but now it's no.
Twizzler 19 is here. I told you, man, you're not the only one that's chaotic. Is this true? Did you just get released from prison? Is that where you're coming from, Florida?
100%, man. It was funny. We did our live stream and we were doing the Zoic stuff. And for some reason, the lights that were above me on the kitchen table in our condo looked like it was like a jail cell. And so I'm sitting back against this white wall. It just looked so bad.
Yeah, at first I was like, where the hell is Chris? I saw that was Friday, right? I think that was Friday afternoon. No,
Thursday
afternoon.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. I was on the road paying. Nice. Anyway, sorry. I'm chaotic. It's been a week, man. I literally spent about $500 unexpectedly because my hard drive with all of my files died.
You're kidding me.
Paid $80 to get it diagnosed. People in the chat can tell me if I'm stupid for paying this. $200 to get it recovered. Like they figured it out. They were able to mount it. And then I didn't have another like large drive ready to take it. So I had to go buy a thing. So I was finally going to pick everything up Thursday afternoon. And I was watching you guys live. And I see Chris literally in a like solitary confinement, camera here. And then somehow he had Zoic trading cards in his cell. And I proceeded to get an education on the show. So
Oh man, it's so funny too because we're trying to do it on my iPad, but I had to run the whole live stream as well. iPad, you can't share screen yet on
yeah,
StreamYard, and so I took my son's laptop, and I'm sitting there trying to play with him. Like, I'm so happy this kid wanted to bring this laptop because there would have been no way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what's up, Justin? Thank you for reminding him about the need for chains. Spaded One McDysentery is here. West Side is the best side. I mean, I don't claim best or worst, just different, but I like it. Wholesome Warlock, what's going on, man? Are you home already? Wait, because they had Joe Lanta this weekend.
Yeah, I was just looking at their Instagram, liking their picture. There's no way they're back already.
I was watching him paint in one of the videos. Let's see. The collection Nexus is here. What's going on, man? Hope that's Ronald. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. The Immortal Con is here to tell me that, damn it, I need to know what's up with AWOC. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Well, maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. They were at Joe Lanta this weekend as well. But there will be an update, I think, this week. I got an email from Jason with a bunch of stuff, but there's more stuff coming that we wanted to pack in this Wednesday. And, but I'll tell you what I know and can, I guess. Red Exo Mac 5. Hello. You answered Adam about which wand. You were telling him when you said the Phoenix, I'm assuming that's a Fox.
It's like I don't know. It's a special edition you can only get at Epic Universe right now. And so it's super wild, man. And when you do it, you want to go grab it. I don't think it'll work without the things, but I can go grab it.
I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, it's fine.
13 seconds.
Go for it. And I'll keep going. Immortal Con. See, he's over here. He's like, come on, man. We talked over Kickstarter, Instagram a lot before you deleted it. Oh, gotcha. You convinced me. Yes. So you went all in and you ordered off a Spiro site directly. Awesome, man. And I totally remember you, but yes. Let's see. Justin is saying, hey, Chris, do you think that Creative Beast will do anything else besides that? Oh, we'll answer that later, Justin. I'll put that on the side. Yes, we are live. We said hello to Gades. Solo Center. I can't not say hello to Solo Center. Good to see you. I'm going through. Chris Bouchard is here. Hey, man, thanks for everyone coming through and watching. Appreciate you. Where's the blue T-Rex?
He's actually right there.
He's just hanging out with Chris. He's let the blue T-Rex do his thing in the background. Hey, Tony's Figs, man, it's been a minute. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Erwin Papa, artist extraordinaire. Hope SoCal's good, man. And folks can't wait for stuff to talk about. Charlie Squared is here. Arizona's in the house. What's up, Diggs Figs? Good to see you. Well, not the whole state, but he's here. Okay. I think I got through the stuff. What do you got there? Expelliarmus.
Dude, no joke. I'm sitting there going like this the whole time, and I hold it by my head and I do it, and I'll literally run around going like this, and people are just it's so bad. But it's this limited edition wand. It's got let me hold it back here so you can see it. It's got a phoenix on it. It's super cool. And what's neat is they have these new second gens that have batteries in them. So not only does it vibrate when you get the stuff to go, but the whole end to about right here has special LEDs in it that light up and change color based on spells they're using. It is insane. It's so cool. They're a little this was I think $90 plus some tax, but I played with it. My son played with it nonstop. So we just had 3 days of these things just going nuts.
If you aren't familiar, folks, when you go to the parks, it's all interactive, and you can when you're in Hogsmeade or what is the place now in
Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley.
And
there's stuff that's interactive. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things that you can do. You can interact with storefronts or even some of the architecture. There's all sorts of little things that happen. And if you do the spell right and you have the magical abilities, and there's certain types of movement, right, that trigger it. Yes. Like a Wii. I'm old school, but or a Switch or whatever.
Is it that old now?
Yeah.
The Wii? Oh man.
Oh dude, yeah. Yeah. And so, but that all has lights and stuff. You're saying it's all interactive and
it's insane because the old ones, it didn't do anything. You just did it, had the tip that the camera read. Now it not only does it do the spells, but it reacts. It has the lights in it. It vibrates too, so it's super cool. It comes with an app, so you can pick what your class, your house is, what your wand's made out of. You get a cool crest that's yours. You get to pick your name, and then you can actually activate it from the app. It's insane. So you can not only play with it at the park, now when you come home, you can still play with your wand.
I was gonna. The next question is like all those cool features. Do they do something at home? And that makes sense.
So
Very cool.
I haven't tested it yet, so don't hold me to it because we just got back. But I'm gonna test it tonight, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, that essentially is the universal version of the Disney lightsabers, right? Although Universal, you can interact in the parks, which is cool. We're not yet at the point where you can do anything with your lightsaber in the parks. Your droids barely actually interact even. They interact with other droids, but not a whole lot yet in the park. So that's something that Universal's got. That's pretty dope. Anyways, we are a bunch of nerds, and we are here to talk about nerdy things.
Yes.
This is Chris Chaotic from Creative Beast Studios. Before we get into all of that, let's start with general background. And Justin's ready, man. So Justin asks, and this kind of my question too. Can you tell us a little bit about what else you collect and kind of like what's your nerd thing? We already got the theme park, but
dude, I'm a sucker for creatures, man. Like original creature designs, things that haven't been seen. Like, when I was younger, it was Alien and Predator, because those are really it. Godzilla, Jurassic Park came out, and now we're so far into fantasy, and everybody welcomes it. We have all these cool creatures. So like even on my desk, like I love video game fictional characters and creatures from video games because there's no real physics in them. You can do whatever you want. So Final Fantasy is one of my favorite things ever. So I just got the
great creatures,
dude. So like. Oh man, he's insane. This is Eifer for Final Fantasy 16. It's a Bring Arts figure, and I had to wait 3 years to get it. The production was so long in it, but it was so worth it, which I'm sure all of y'all know. Waiting for these figures sucks, but when they take their time making it, it's well worth the wait. So I have that. I have a whole studio here full of Pokemon, Digimon, dragons, gargoyles, SH figure art, Godzilla's galore. I think I have every Godzilla from SH figure arts, and they're all behind me. But that's where I'm at. I love hyper-realism and things that work in the natural world. And it's funny because I thought I understood naturalism and evolution designs for animals and creatures. And I started working with David Silva.
I was going to say, and then you met David Silva.
Bro,
I love it.
Dude, he
schooled you on
bro. Like I know anatomy,
physics, anatomy, evolution.
Well, like you just showed me your Kuro Kame dragon, and what's crazy is like it has actual evolutionary traits that you can see where the wings recess because it's aquatic. Yes, and you can just see the design flow and how well it worked. Like he's a monster, man, and it's funny because he's not one of those people that put you down or shoot your ideas down, but he asks you questions like, "Hey, Chris, why does this thing have these spikes?" He'll be like, "Oh, because it's going to attack." And he goes, "Well, how does it eat if it's covering its face?" I was like, "That's a good point, Dave." He's like, "Why doesn't he have that?" And I'm like, "Dang it, Dave!" So he's incredible. And then Ross, I mean, you've met Ross. Yeah, you've met Ross. Yeah. He is also just, man. He loves creature. We have the same taste. Two completely different personalities. It's so funny, but he will create kaijus, and so will I. And it's really fun working on because a few projects we worked on with Creative Beast. Can't talk about yet. Hopefully I don't give away too many spoilers. And he'll have me change anatomy things because I know fitness. I know human anatomy very well as my industry before I came into this. And I was like, I know muscles. I know how to do this. And then after working with him for the last couple years, I realized I had no idea. So now like I'm big into hyperrealism, detailed muscle anatomy, physiology, traits that actually work and function. And that's my thing is creatures, basically everything dragon. So if it has wings and feet and legs and arms and teeth, I love it. And horns. Spikes.
Oh man, so good. And it shows it shows that the folks at Creative Beast Studios have an interest in these creatures. When you guys are doing the actual dinosaurs, like really trying to create toy versions of the most scientifically accurate based on what we currently understand.
Yes.
And then now, the last couple of years, you all have ventured into the speculative biology, right? With like the Kurokami and just thinking about like the reality, what would it be like here? And I love that. And so I love that you are I don't know, you're poo-pooing yourself about your lack of knowledge about the physiology of fictional monsters. It's such a great brand of nerd, man. I love it.
It's insane, man. Well, it's like perfect example, like the lizard dragon behind me, because of its habitat, the ecosystem it lives in. it was one of those things when Dave designed it, I was like, why does it have this? It doesn't make sense. And the longer I've learned about it, because I have all the lore you guys don't have, Adam is always trying to get lore out of me. So we might tell him some little hippies secrets. But it's crazy because you can see how it evolved in those specific environments, like Hiro Kame. He's in the Arctic, he's got water, he doesn't need to fly. There's no reason for it, but he needs to be powerful. So there's a whole bunch of things that everything's thought out. The Gaia 2 planet itself is very harsh and aggressive. And so figuring out the alien creatures, which we have a lot of creatures coming out, get excited, you guys. And dragons was a big thing because that's what the planet is, full of dragons and creatures that could sustain their lives with these dragons in the harsh environments there. So if that's not a spoiler, I don't know what is.
I love it, man. I can't wait to see more of it. I love my Kurakami. I actually didn't jump in on a lot of the stuff at the time. You know, Adam and I were talking about it, and then he was, let's just say he took a hard dive into it, way more than I think he originally bargained for. And I love that he did that, man. He's like, I think
he's great.
Yeah, he's super in. It's awesome.
Oh, dude, I love it. And it's funny too, because he'll ask questions and he'll send us messages on Instagram and we'll respond to him. But he'll ask things that we didn't even think about sometimes. And Ross and I have another chat. We're talking about it. And so it's so funny because I'll write these whole messages to Adam, like, oh yeah, Adam, check this out. And I'll send it to Ross to get approval. He's like, you can't talk about that, Chris. Don't tell him that, Chris. I'm like, ah! And I know Adam can see me in there typing.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, this might have been kind of what happened. Adam says Brick baited and switched me. But you know what? You're welcome, because he knows what you guys are doing are awesome. And all right. Tell me a little bit more, and we'll come back as folks are dropping things in. As it fits in, I'll pop it up. But let's talk a little bit about you. So that's what your kind of collector version is. I'm with you. I love creatures. I love variety in general when it comes to toys. So like we're in this age now where people are doing such great things.
Yes.
And you and Creative Beast Studios are doing some really unique stuff that I'll talk a little bit more. I'll talk about a little bit more later, but I'd like to talk a little bit about like kind of your creative background and like, here's you hard at work. And I know you definitely do this stuff with Creative Beast Studios, but when you drop things like this, I'm like intrigued. Tell me about like your kind of how you got into this stuff in general and where you're at now.
So, man, it's really interesting. I never was good at drawing, and it was funny because Ross, I mean, you've seen his work. I'm going to go back to Ross today.
Yeah, no, Ross Perluchetti. Yes.
And
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but correct me.
I call him Ross Spaghetti because it's easy to remember.
Perluchetti, got it.
And, he is the top of his, like, in his age group, there's no one that can beat him in what he does. He's insane. He's worked on G.I. Joe. He works for Hasbro. He's done illustrations for big companies, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of the sculpts you see, almost all the G.I. Joe creatures are him, other than the dogs. Even the lizard man from Spider-Man. Actually, you know what? Let me grab it. He signed it for me. I wanted it so bad. One sec.
Yep. I love it.
Oh, it's right here. Well, I was in Florida because he lives in Florida. I had him sign the last sculpt he did.
You actually visited him. Cool.
Yeah, man. We went to shops and stuff in the Florida, Tampa Bay area. I guess it's Tampa. I could be lying too. Because our Zoic card game. We'll get to that later. But so this right here is one of our good friends who actually did a bunch of art for the card game, was actually teaching me. And he was like, hey, this is how you do this. This is lighting. This is this and that. And this isn't very good. I'm much further now from there. But this was one of the first pieces where he was like, hey, I want to see what you can do something fun. And so I spent a couple hours working on this, but I was horrible at drawing. But it just proves that anybody can draw. You just have to want to put the time into it. So this was my version of Licking Tongue. And I wanted to create something from concept and actually make a statue of it, or like a 3D model that people could go on and purchase and print them, paint themselves. And you can see, like, you don't have to worry about it looking good in the pre-stages. It's all about the final product. And that's even how we do a lot of our sculpts and our designs. I think David actually pulled some of our dinosaurs. They look super basic, have the cut articulation, and that's about it. But it allows you to go from an idea to a final product. And I wanted something really scary with a parasitic bloodworm tongue that could just eat you, based off Licky Tongue, the Pokemon, because it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I think it's such a creepy design.
Yeah, I love the idea of taking some of those things and trying to render in a different style, or like more realistic style or whatever.
All the time. Yep.
So this is I think you're underselling yourself. The artwork's fantastic. I'm a fan of process, and so I
Yes.
love sketching. I love gestural stuff. I love just trying to get something out of your brain onto paper, and then
Yes.
as you say, like you iterate, like you just like you would, I don't know, you brainstorm, you refine, you take the best, leave the rest, and end up with something really cool. So I love this stuff.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah.
So did you ever finish and create a 3D thing, or where
You know
you
what?
at?
Man, so it's so funny. So I'm actually working on a secret project for Savage Crucible. So get excited for that. I have all of our stuff for Creative Beast, and then Jason from Sparrow actually has another secret project that we're working on. So there's like a handful of things. So and like I even want to. So I love the myth of Legion Dragon guys. I'm actually sculpting dragon wing arms that like he can walk on and have the wings in his fingers. And I haven't even finished that. I have like 15 projects I want to hit, but I have to focus on all of our stuff for Creative Beast first, and then everything else I'm doing on the side too. So it's wild, man. There's never enough time in a day to finish everything I want to do.
Yeah, well, it's cool when this happens. It's cool. I love the idea. This tongue is the what do you call it? Proboscis or something. Yeah, that's the one. Whatever it is. But that's pretty cool. And there was another thing that you did here with like featuring Sodiar, and this is his IG that I'm sort of scrolling through. I'm trying to remember. There was another work of art that I put on there it is.
Oh yeah. So this was the very first like concept idea I actually like drew.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing. And Ross was basically just like, hey, you have these ideas, just try to get it out there. Man, I had no idea. I didn't get any coaching. I hadn't worked with John yet. And so when I actually started doing this, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the best I can and just base off what I've seen and try to figure it out. So this is actually, I guess that was last year, not even a year ago, was the very first time I attempted to do any type of illustration work for a concept creature. But it was funny because I've been designing dragons, I've been doing all that, but I do it all in ZBrush. I can do it in 3D, but for some reason, drawing was not my bread and butter.
So I'm just curious because you kind of started in. You said that, but like as a kid, did you draw? Did you sculpt? What?
That's the weirdest part, man. Like I literally dabbled in drawing like every kid does, but like I had my gym, and once I got out of that industry, I just went straight to clay. So I was working with Super Sculpey, and then went straight to digital sculpting. So I didn't even try to draw for years. And it's funny because in digital, like you can change and transform the mesh so easily and so quickly that I wasn't worried about concept illustrations. And it's funny because I'm doing a lot of stuff with the Savage Crucible guys right now, and they're an incredible team. If you haven't seen their stuff, you got to check it out. I have their whole collection.
Yeah.
Are you looking for the pictures?
No,
you know what they are.
I've got a bunch. And I've got stuff I still haven't opened, but yes.
And so I had to do all these concept things because of the project we're working on. I want to show Rob what it is, my idea, and I ended up going overboard. I have like 15 drawings, so I have to show it to him so I can show him like my idea where we're going. But it's gonna be awesome. That's all I can say because I'll start talking about it. But
yeah.
Cool. But that was
that's cool, man. So this is a really cool concept for a creature. I just love that's you're perfect obviously for Creative Beast because you've got the creature in you, and I love that you kind of explain the balancing, and I think it's really unique too because it's David's baby. Like he created this and he has a very 100%. Specific point of view about how he wants to represent the beasts of the Mesozoic, dinosaurs, etc. And I love that it's grounded in science and like biology, physiology, anatomy, and yet because of we all grew up on, like, speaking of theme parks, like going through the Disney Railroad and seeing these old versions of a T-Rex versus a Stegosaurus, right? A Stegosaurus, sorry, and now they're very different. So it's weird because it's like it's like on the one hand, what you guys are doing is more grounded in the current science and understanding. But to many of us, it's so fantastic and new, right? With like the color. If folks aren't familiar, we're jumping all over the place, but hey, that it's in his name, and it's where my brain is at too. Like the color choices and how you ground the color choices in real world birds based on where the fossils were found, and I love that, man. Like, and they're beautiful. Like that's the thing. Most of us grew up with these green, gray, lizardy looking creatures that we now understand to be quite wrong and quite fictional.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that you guys do that. So that kind of like thought process, I think is fascinating. And then here's you with like, I love the fantasy of it too. So there's this nice between those two. I think it's perfect that you guys do Beasts of the Mesozoic and I guess Beasts of the Cenozoic, and then Cyberzoic. That gets you like your, you know, the fantasy in there. So Solo Sinner says that is awesome that you're so connected to all those properties. And yeah, in the short time that I've been, you know, talking toys online and getting to meet folks like yourself and a bunch of other creatives, it's like there's a lot of overlap. I mean, you just said Ross works for you guys, but he's also doing Hasbro figures, and same with, you know, the folks that are working on AWOC and all of these lines. There's like a lot of cross-pollination, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's
pretty
so
cool.
Well, and it's so crazy because the industry, there's so many artists, incredible artists out there. And it's funny because once you get to certain ideas and like your work gets seen, it's you know who's working on what projects when you see it come out. And it's a lot of fun.
Looks like my mother-in-law. Am I right, fellas? Man, that was him, Nanai. That wasn't me. Okay, so hey, what's going on, man, with Card? Good to see you. Okay, bunch of stuff going on, but since we're here, since we're a little more chaotic than maybe usual, Justin Mohan has a question for you. Did you get the 4 Horsemen dragon?
Man,
and what are your thoughts on it?
So this is the thing I really like. So Eric is the main sculptor for 4 Horsemen. I love talking to this guy. He's a friend of David, incredible artist, great at design. And I do love the dragon design. I think it's cool. I love the big, thick spikes. Scales, the scoot scales all over it. And like I said, I just held up this one figure, and I really feel like he used this as the base for the big dragon, and that just made it into an actual dragon. And
that was the Dragosaur, the blue Arachagor. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. See, I don't even know the names. I just like blue dragon, blue T-Rex.
No, I'm generally that sense. Sometimes, you know, whatever. If I have it, I show it off. See, look, I know stuff.
Yes.
But anyways, keep going.
See, I try to know stuff. No, and I love the dragon. When I saw it, I was blown away because I didn't even know they were doing it. And we were at Legion's Con last year, I think, when they showed it off. And I heard they were showing off. Dave's like, yeah, if you want to go see it, go check it out. And I was like, okay, cool. So I walked from the table. I'm not too excited because I love hyper realism, and I'm thinking it could be a dragon. It's going to go one or two ways. Either I'm going to hate it or I'm going to like it. And I sat there for probably like 10 minutes just staring at this thing. And I got to the point where I was like, I think this is awesome. I would change a few things. My only criticism of it would be the neck. I wish I had better neck articulation of the 2 different necks. And a few other things, but for that size of a dragon that looks that good, oh dude, I was so excited. I tried to buy 2. This is the funny part. So I go to buy 2 with my credit card, and I'm like, I get a call from my bank or my credit card service, and they're like, hey, we found fraudulent thing on your account. Someone's trying to buy these toys, so we canceled the order. I was like, no, are you kidding me? And that happened when we were at Toylanta. So I had like 24 hours, or not even, I had like a couple hours to get the order solidified, or I couldn't do the pre-order for all the cool stuff, right? Using my debit card. I was like, I need this. I'm doing it right now. It was so bad.
When your credit card company, do they not see the rest of your purchases? What's going on?
That's the funny thing, man. Like, I buy so many things. Like, I literally, you know, I got a Shimo the other day. My desk is covered with toys. As you can see, my studio is covered with stuff. So it was so funny. But I think because it was through the wasn't the Kickstarter, it was the backer GoFundMe thing. That's why I think they flagged it. But
yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yes, and again, it's not Chris. I'm in a relatively chaotic space, given the chaotic state of things. So, all right, let's try and bring it back to, okay, so that's Chris. Chris is clearly a creative, beast himself who happens to work at Creative Beast Studios. Definitely check out his page. There's a lot of Creative Beast Studios stuff there. There's the crew right there. You've probably heard us. If you're not familiar, that's Ross on the left, that's David in the middle, and that's this guy right here. And I swear when I spoke to Ross, he was maybe about half of that person right there. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Do you just do like group workouts? Is this all you? Like,
well, it's funny you say that, because in order for us to do anything with Dave, you have to run 2 miles a day, do 100 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, and 20 squats. No, I made that up. That's the One Punch Man workout.
Okay, no, but I mean, is he the one who's like hardcore about the fitness thing?
Man, well, Dave's, man, he's an enigma, right? So like, you look at him, you can't tell in this picture how jacked this dude is.
Oh,
And it's
he
funny,
is. Yeah.
dude,
Uh-huh.
he is insane. And so like he wears long pants to run in, so you can't tell like how, dude, he's the craziest athlete. He's 45 years old, acts like he's 20. The crazy, I can't even get into it, man. He's just, it's weird. He is so in shape. When the first time I saw him, he's standing there talking to me at what was it called, PowerCon. And as he's talking to me, he's standing like this and he points at something with his left arm, and his bicep is bigger than mine. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? So I'm sitting there. So I start talking to him. I have to make sure I look big. Like anytime I point, I flex. No, I'm just kidding. But he's jacked, man. And so it's weird because, like, you know, we're all big into art. We love this stuff, and we're hyper focused on making, like, we're perfectionists. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. And it just happens to correlate in every aspect of our lives. The three of us, like, we're big in the fitness, super big into all the art, making sure everything's perfect, and just everything we do. It's weird. That's why I think it's like a family. It really is a family group. And
yeah,
we just
awesome,
brought on.
right?
Oh, dude, yeah. And we brought on Spino, David Burke. He's incredible as well. And so it's like the four of us are able to function. And it's funny, we act like brothers. Like we tease each other, we pick on each other. Of course, we get mad at each other every now and then. Never real mad, but it's like, you know, you're working in a high stress environment. We're going to call each other out, but it's always fun. There's never been a weird situation. Nothing ever has gone bad. Everybody has each other's back. So perfect example, I was in Florida this last week. So Ross and Spino and even Dave was picking up the slack for the things I normally do. And then right now Ross is in Spain with his entire family. So he's doing that and we're helping take care of things. And he's still messaging me while we're doing this, like talking, hey, how's this going? Where are we at with this? What's going on for the Zoic campaign? He's incredible, man. So it's great, but it all comes down to we're super focused, and fitness is, I think, one of those things that just correlates with our personalities.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive because it's like, dang, all right, these guys designing dinosaurs and they're jacked. It's like,
well, we have to lift the dinosaurs. They're heavy, man.
Man, here's a total tangent. I am so curious that so I'm assuming you're super into Monster Hunters. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff here.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Do you show it to Dave, and how much does he cringe? Because some of the anatomy on that can be a little out there.
Well, you know what, Dave, he's not, I've never heard him talk bad about anyone or anything, even stuff he's not into.
I mean,
he's
bad,
just,
but sure.
Oh no, he'll talk bad about you all the time, Brick. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, fair enough.
But his way of looking at things is, because, you know, everybody's different. He, like, perfect example, Monster Hunter. He'll say he likes Monster Hunter. He actually had a few. Which one did he have? He has the Tigrex from Reveltech and a few others. Oh yeah, my Zenogre. And he loves the designs. He thinks they're great. They don't have this specific naturalism that he likes, but he does like what they've done, the universe they built, and he thinks it's cool. And that's the same with like predators, aliens, all this other stuff. Yep. But it's funny because I'll show him I love fat dragon. I like fat creatures, right? Like, oh my gosh, let me grab this thing for you. I love it. It's up here. So I got this. When we were at G-Fest, and it's this fat shark kaiju.
Oh, that is awesome.
Isn't it? Yeah. Dude? Yeah, and I love these. I don't know what it is, but short, fat, round things are stuff that can transform into a ball. Dude, I will get it all day. So, like, if there's anything that transforms into a ball, done. I
love it. Yeah, and that makes sense. You know, he has a particular vision for the stuff that he creates, but you know, I get it. He can, you know, he's probably really appreciative of a bunch of other stuff, but always are, you know, Anyway, so now let's talk then. Let's see. Creative Beast Studios, if folks aren't familiar, we kind of talked around it a little bit, but they are the folks who are making some of the most realistic, hyper detailed. You mentioned the Four Horsemen. Like you guys are like the Four Horsemen in my head of creatures.
Creatures even better.
Creatures really, and just like, because what I'm kind of blown away by the things you do, because you have to, you know, like the standard, I guess, toy wisdom, action figure wisdom is that you'll create a thing and you'll figure out like all sorts of reuse, like to make it worth the time in terms of molds and everything. But these dinosaurs are real things, and they aren't all the same size. They aren't all the same shape.
Oh yeah.
Where you're able to get reuse, like, okay, we're going to do a bunch of different types of raptors, and then, you know, create different versions. It's pretty brilliant. But I'm always just in awe of.
Thank you.
Yeah, because, you know, there are a lot of human and humanoid figures. This is not putting anybody down, but I'm just saying, like, there's a space there that's been created that I think is pretty well established. And then for the most part, people are seeing what each other is doing and you know, trying to find new ways of doing this joint or this shape or, you know, different body size, which is awesome.
Yes.
But I feel like when it comes to beasts like the ones you're doing, whether 4-legged, you know, like these guys over here, or these giant, you know, dinosaur type things, I don't even know. It's relatively new in terms of like people have done stuff, but yeah, it's not something that everybody has done. So there's a bunch of like, oh, this is the standard way you do I don't know, the equivalent of a butterfly on what like it just so just props to you guys for what you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then when I saw the Cyberzoic stuff, but when I saw the Cyberzoic stuff, you guys are like, and then we want to do transformable armors that turn to flying like you know, vehicles. And I'm just like, what are these guys? How are they doing this? And it's seriously, I messaged you with this and I was like, holy crap, tell everybody how blown away I am by this thing, because it's absolutely beautiful. I saw the prototypes. I was like, damn, I'm gonna get that when it comes out. And there's nothing on this that looks, you know, I'm not like, oh, that's not what I saw. Like it is what you all said would happen. It's got the movement. It's, you know, within what you can do with a creature, but all the like, you know, material decisions, the paint, it really truly is like, folks kind of know when what I mean by when I say like, damn, 4 horsemen and their paints and their sculpts, it's amazing. That's what, but this stuff. So anyways, yeah, well, sorry, go for it.
No, that's the whole thing too. It's like, you know, Ross, he's been experimenting with different articulations too, and Dave's incredible with it because, you know, Dave has traditional background in the articulation and everything else, and he's done almost all the Predators, almost all the Aliens for NECA back in the day, so like he has a lot of experience. And it's super crazy to see now because Ross, perfect example. I can't wait for y'all to get the mammoths in your hands because he actually created an internal skeleton so that thing can move realistically. And that's just the beginning. Oh, dude, it's nuts. That's just the beginning of it. A few of our figures like the Dryptosaurus and the Utyrannus, I actually have the Dryptosaurus next to me. These guys actually have an upgrade pack so that the neck is the full articulation in it here. I'm going to actually have a video out that. Oh, yeah, so that people can see it, and better ankle and leg articulation because we've advanced ourselves so far. We wanted to do that. And the T-Rex, we're going to redo that guy too, and it's going to be nuts. But that it's not just that it's a business, right? Like this is the best thing about Dave. When the reason I wanted to work for him is because I have other business ventures. Like I don't have to do this, but this is my dream to do this. Like I couldn't be more grateful. And the thing that really got me the first time I talked to Dave, when I was talking about like your products are great, man. This was years ago. And he goes, yeah. He goes, well, my thing is I want to not just make a great product. I wanted to over deliver in everything I do, and it shows. It's crazy.
Yeah, it totally shows.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's funny because he is so passionate not about the toys and not about this because this is his baby. He's passionate about having people have it and enjoying it as much as he does. And dude, it's crazy. And you know, it's rubbed off on Ross and I because everything we do, we want it to be the best. And Ross is incredible. I'm the lazy one of the group. And it's so funny because he'll see the littlest thing and he's like, Chris, this won't work. You have to go back and fix it. I'm like, Ross, it's fine. He's like, no, Chris, you go back and fix it. I'm like, okay, daddy. But it works, right? And that's what makes it great. It's because, you know, we all want it to be perfect. And so it's interesting, man. But these armor sets, like you were saying, it was such an undertaking. And Dave spent so much time with the factories getting right. We had so many revisions. I have 4 Razor Hounds behind me. I actually did in our video. So if you watch this, the video with Dragolina, you'll see them all on the table. But we had to go through so many renditions to make them perfect. We did that with all the armors. Let me grab the, you know, I'm going to grab what's that?
Yeah, go for it. And yeah, I think it was Trevor here who was saying like he can't wait for his armor. I saw it, Trevor, just trying to figure out how to make things come up in context. But yeah, he can't wait for his Cyberzoic armors because if folks aren't familiar, so yeah, now we are jumping around, but the Cyberzoic stuff, which was backed a while back ago. Let's see, let's go over here. And so you started shipping the Dragon, I think was one of the first things. And then what you were working on was the armor. For folks who don't know, these are like essentially dinosaurs or other creatures that then have armor that can then detach and transform into vehicles or smaller creatures like this. If you've been watching the show, these are all things and that you've probably seen before. This is the Razor Hound that transforms as well. Am I right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Just as and becomes armor, right? Yeah.
Yep. On this guy.
So
And it looks
they
like,
haven't shipped yet, and so that's what you've got in your hand.
yeah, and I put him on there like raising his fist up
Oh,
because he's super excited.
damn.
And it's crazy how well it fits on here. Like you can hold, he might fall off, but it's one of those things where it's so crazy how well it works. I lost a blast effect, but it's awesome. And then you also have it on the Saber Beast, which I got to sculpt this one, so I'm obsessed with
Those
it.
are fantastic.
Dude, it's thank you, man. It goes so hard and it just looks so good. And it's funny because this was the one where we actually, when I was designing the helmet for it, I came to Dave and I was like, man, we're only gonna be able to use one head for the armor because the ears have to be facing forward. And Dave was like, oh man, how do we fix that? I was like, well, you know, we have the two different heads. I can't remember how the conversation went, but I only designed it for the forward facing ears and it needed them to lock on the armor piece. So like you can see, like it does not come off. It stays on with the head. You can turn the head,
it's
do whatever you want.
there.
Oh, dude, the whole thing's. I might lose a blast effect, but like, yeah, say I lost a blast effect. But that's it. Like it's this solid. You can move them in any position you want. You can change the feet, and it doesn't mess up the armor. But with the head, that was the biggest thing, is making sure the armor would work for both head types. And it was funny because I don't remember how the conversation came up, but we were gonna have it so that the ears were different on the heads. And he was like, well, why don't we just make them removable? And it was like one of those little, like, you hear musical angels blowing their horns, and it was like, got it.
Yeah.
But
Solution.
because, oh, dude, and it evolved the company so much more because now, like, perfect example, the Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus has 3 different horn sets you can use for it because the horns are removable. So not only did this create something for the Cyberzoic line, it also made it for all of our other beasts and creatures so that they can have different additional parts. Perfect example, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Stegosaurus, but it has like spiky things on the sides. Let me actually pull up the name of it really quick.
Sure.
Because I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, I mean, and plus you guys have, you're dealing with dinosaurs. They're not the easiest names.
Oh, dude, they're not. Dude, it's so annoying. And it's so funny, too, because I'll try to memorize or remember the names. And, dude, there's so many. Well, it's actually funny because most of the ones I've worked on, I do know the names. Is it Ed Montoya? Let me make sure this is right.
Good. While you're looking, is it, oh, here, Adam's asking, is it the Kentrosaurus?
Kentrosaurus. Yep. Thank you, Adam. Yep. That's the one.
There you go, Adam.
Cool.
In a clinch.
Adam, you're great. Yep. Always clinch. And that's, what does it say? If only Chris could do.
I was going. So yes. So thank you, Solo Sinner, so much for the generous $25 Canadian super chat, saying if only Chris could exude a bit more energy, we'd get a better sense of how excited he is about this world. Seriously, very entertaining stream. Unrelated. I feel I have to do push-ups watching this. I was tempted, if you didn't see on his IG, there's some workout videos there too. Yes.
Well, you know what's funny is I years ago, or like 2 years ago, I guess, right before I started working with Dave, I got the hashtag strongest artist because so interesting thing about me, I have a genetic disorder, so I don't grow muscle, or I guess my testosterone's always been higher than normal people. It's called Jacob syndrome, but I don't have any of the negative effects. It's wild. So when I lift, like, I don't get bigger, I get denser. So I weigh 300 pounds in this frame, but I was doing bent over rows there with 405 pounds for fun. And so, like, I played college football, did powerlifting and all that stuff. But it's interesting because people will talk to me and they're like, oh, how much do you weigh? I'm like, 300 pounds. They're like, there's no way. So yeah. Dang.
All right. So he's got you've got a genetic mutation. So you're an X-Man is what you're telling me.
Yeah. 100%.
That's awesome. So on top of all that, folks, if you like, so Cyberzoic definitely, it was a bit of a departure from what they've done before. And I appreciate it. I tend to live in the fantasy end of the world. Like I already live in this place. But dinosaurs are there because I don't see dinosaurs on the regular. So I'm totally fascinated by them. Mm-hmm. But this stuff, then you start going into, like we said, vehicles that transform into armor.
Yes.
Creatures, like, I guess, robotic-esque creatures that turn into armor for dinosaurs. Oh, yeah. And then you started like, hey, we should do action figures. And
dude, yes.
You guys are no slouches when it comes to action figures. They look really great. Do you have a sense of when are these, because I know they say October 2025, where are you guys at with figures and stuff?
They're getting shipped soon. So like I even have like this guy. So as soon as I get him, it's about a month before the public gets them. And so, and the public are getting, people that are in Asia are already getting. Why is my camera so bad? Here, let me see if I can focus this. So people in Asia are already getting them. This is the Fire Guard, and the articulation's insane. They have, I was actually blown away. I think the first one that you can really tell how crazy the articulation is the Argentius video. And these little figures, they're at the 1/18 scale. So other lines like Skeletron's line, incredible figures, they go well with these, the Marauder line. Even the original AWOC guys that were smaller, they go so well with it. And they're super articulated. They have so many customizable parts because this is a Fire Guard. So you can actually take off his gauntlets and put on different gauntlets. I have the other one on this side. Oh, yeah. Then his little knives are in the back of him. Let me see if you can see it. So grab a shoulder. You can just take out the knives and put it in his hand. Then you also get 2 sets of shoulders. So you can pick which ones you want. So these are the bigger ones. And you just pop them off. They have a little time. As I threw up,
really tiny.
Oh, dude, yeah. And it's got this little tiny clip in there that goes in, and it doesn't come out when you're rotating it and doing all the articulation. And you get 2 heads. So you get the masked head and you get the head that's just this human form. But it works. So you can do army building. You can do all kinds of stuff. And then you can put other weapons with them. So it's pretty neat. And then we also have a weapon system that has a pistol grip, and you can slide it to any weapon that goes with the gun runner. So you have an artillery unit with all the weapons you want to use. Yeah, it's nuts. It's so fun, man.
That's great. Are you a 1/18 collector as well, or?
Man, I wasn't a collector based off any scale ever until I got with Dave and Ross. And, it was funny because I didn't have any human figures. And our friend Ben and our friend Mark, they were with Skeletron. Like, that's their company. And I actually bought 3 of their figures. It was the Wolf Knight guy, the Ghost guy, and their 3-pack of little, like, mech creatures look like spiders. Can't remember what they're called. But they're incredible. And I was like, these articulate, these are awesome. So then I started looking at the littler figures, got into a few line that have the 1/18 scale. And after collecting those, man, I have like probably 30 figures that are at the 1/18 scale that are incredible. And it's cool because it goes with our line. So anytime I get a cool figure at that scale, I can put it on my shelf with our figures. I can interact with them and set up a diorama look. It's incredible.
The whole smaller figure thing is pretty amazing. I'm always just sort of just watching from a distance, Joy Toy stuff and Acid Rain stuff. And then last week's guest, Reb Life, introduced me to Archcore World.
Archcore World. What?
Yeah.
What?
It is crazy. So folks, definitely check out that from last week. We're talking like, robotic centaurs that are like mech suits like this. So, there's choices. There's all sorts of just amazing stuff out there right now. So you guys are doing some great stuff. This is out of, I forget where specifically in Asia.
What is that? That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's how I was last week. I didn't know anything about this until last week. So it's just amazing to me, like all the stuff that is out there now that's available because, I think, more than any of us, the tech is there to be able to just build some really amazing stuff and do some cool engineering. You can do a lot more prototyping now than you could before. So anyway, that said, Cyberzoic is dope. Could work with other lines. So I'm excited, just like everyone else is. One of my favorite parts of the website, welcome. Oops, I don't have it. Is the Cyberzoic concept art page that you all have, and there is so much there, and you guys are clearly like invested in this world and trying to tell the story of this cool fantasy place. So I'm just watching it. But before we move on to trading card games, because you guys are like, we have to do everything, you've got at the end of the Kickstarter, there was a second dragon like the Kurakami, this longer sort of green serpent style dragon. I didn't realize that it was fully funded and that it's coming. So where's that at? And I guess it sounds like there will be other dragons.
There's a lot of dragons, man. It's insane. So fully funded. You guys should have it in February. So it should be in your hands February. And it's insane, man. It's so big. We're able to put wires in the wings so you can bend the wings and form them. So it's highly articulated. The paint looks incredible. The figure's nuts. It's so great. And we're super excited for that. Oh yeah, he's super sick. Read in the comments as it goes.
Yeah, and you're doing a better job because I am all over the place. But yes, Chris Bouchard is saying can't wait to get his Argentius figure and hope they become one. Like, see, there's a lot of us are wanting, the big stuff.
Well, we have it. So if you see us at our conventions, when we have all of our prototypes and like stuff coming out, we have Argentius, we have Cycron, and we have Dragolina in the 1/12 scale, and they look incredible. And it's cool because I actually did the sword, I did the sword and the shield for Skyron, and then George, he's a sculptor that's up in New Manhattan. Actually, I think is where he lives. He lives in the New Jersey area. He's one of the most incredible sculptors ever. He did all the gargoyles for NECA, and he hand sculpts them. It's nuts. Yeah, so I can't wait for those to come out.
Awesome. So there's the new dragon, but so I think I missed that. You said he's going to be available in February.
Yeah.
So like what I'm looking at now, folks, and I'll put this link in, but I should have said this earlier. Normally there's a method to the madness, but the QR code that you see on the bottom right of the screen, as well as the URL that's coming across at the bottom slowly, will take you to a document at the end of the live or shortly after, with everything that we've looked at with direct links. So please go to them, check this stuff out. All that info is there. Follow all the IGs and all the things. But this is their current pre-order page, like stuff that you can kind of go through now. And they have a lot of product that's out. If you're new to Creative Beast Studios, a bunch of the dinos, Smilodons are out. But so this is a project that you did with, what was the name of it? It was
Eons.
Eons, right?
Yep.
And
PBS Eons.
So now it's fully a thing that you all are taking on production for.
Everything.
So you're doing everything. So the woolly mammoths are coming.
Oh,
they're here. Talking about earlier.
So,
they're here.
Yeah, Dave actually sent me mine last week, so they'll get here any day, and I'll have a preview. Oh, it's nuts, and they're huge, man. So I'll have all those to do our previews with very soon. We're still getting through our next wave of Cyberzoic stuff. That'll be done by the end of October, and we'll start with the mammoths in November. But they're coming. The Stegosaurus is coming. But the biggest thing too, if you guys want to save, the best thing to do is to get the pre-order on our website, because you save like $5 to $10, and it adds up quick.
It does. And so what I'm looking for, I guess, is the new dragon from Cyberzoic. Is it here?
It is not. So if you go to our backer kit,
that's what it's in the backer kit.
Yeah,
got it.
So what Dave does is, once I usually have a figure, or once he knows when the product will be available from the factory, he puts it on there so people can start really going for it. But since we have the backer kit, everybody can already order it there, and that's more of a pre-order for the Cyberzoic stuff.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I am definitely behind, and I'm going to pull that up really quick. So I didn't realize that was sort of happening. What's the is there a link from the site
right
still?
So we have the Zoic one up top now. So if you do cyberzoic.toys in your search bar, it'll come up.
Oh, here, or in just Google?
Google, sorry.
Cyberzoic. Say it again. Cyberzoic.
Cyberzoic.toys.
Oh, .toys. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, been over with Skeletron. He's a wizard, and he was like, "That's a great name." Yep, there it is.
Okay, got it. And so,
you backed this project. Let's see your other backed projects.
Oh, Cyberzoic. Oh, folks know I pretty much talk about it all here, but here it is. So this will take them to the backer kit.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because really, I will confess, like I started. That's what Adam was alluding to. I was like, I'm gonna get all these, and then I was like, I ended up just going with the Kurakami because it's a scale thing. So I was like, I'll get dinos. I'll see how big these actually look if I can kind of work them with my other stuff.
Yes.
But I don't know. I'll probably end up getting stuff.
Oh,
so down here somewhere is the new dragon.
Yes, if you keep scrolling, it's kind of a ways. Oh, the Pterodactyl. I got to do.
Yeah.
They sold for that, and some of the design work on it, and so that was my favorite baby.
Got it. So waves A, waves B, waves C were all part of.
Yep, there he is.
Look at.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's a little less expensive. I don't know, cheaper. I was trying. The word has but cheaper than the Archie Dragon.
Well, that's the funny thing, right? Because it's the plastic and the number of parts, right? And Kurokami is you've held it, you know how heavy it is. This
Oh
guy's a
yeah.
little bit slimmer, so it's not as much plastic, but it is just it's longer, much longer. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that. And the tail is if you look at the
It's
bendy wire, the tail,
28-inch long
yeah,
by
yeah, man.
7 inches tall. And so the 7 inches tall figure right here, is that to the head, or is that
Yep.
can't be to the wing?
No, it's the head. The wings are massive. They're probably
Okay.
another 10 inches, just the wingtip.
Do these retract at all, or is that position is
So
where they're going to be at?
it has the hinge in the side you can see, but then they also have a bendy wire in them. So you can raise it up, you can push them back because of the bendy wire. So the biggest, thickest one has a bendy wire, and you skip a membrane, and the next one has a bendy wire.
So these two.
Yep. Or not those two. The top one and then the one after that one. So that big one and then that one. Yep.
Okay. Huh.
So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, but that's cool.
Oh yeah. I could be lying about if that's the right placement.
It's
for the
fine.
I'm pretty sure.
If anyone's upset, you're missing the plot. This thing is rad, and
This thing is so cool. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, we wanted to make it super cool and fun for people, but at the same time, we wanted to make it work. And that was the biggest thing, is making sure that everything works and it does and delivers like we say it will.
It's great. Okay. 184. All right. See my earlier comments about getting that hard drive fixed, and then I'll see if I can get in on a lizard dragon soon. But that's cool. I didn't realize that was there. And then there's more to come. That's Cyberzoic. But these guys are like, okay, you know, we did realistic dinosaurs. We're doing a fantasy, you know, dinosaurs with transforming bits and bobs. You know what we should do is a trading card game.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about this, and how the hell did you guys end up deciding you needed to do a trading card game?
Man, you know, it's so funny because when I first met Ross, we were talking about things we liked, things we didn't like. He's got everything. We know
You got everything except the pyro.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're not friends. But anyways, that's besides the point. It was one of those weird things where we were talking about it, and we were so excited for what we were doing at the time. Because like, I was talking to Ross, I was like, you know, we have these cards. Why is there not a card game? I was like, I know. What did you play? And I was like, I love Pokemon. He's like, I like Pokemon. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Played it. I was like, I never was into playing them, but I was into collecting. I'm a huge collector. And we were talking about, that was when we first met like 3 years ago. And it was about, we would always be like, okay, if we want to do a card game, how would we do it? We'd talk about it probably once every couple months. And one day I got a message from Dave saying, hey, this guy's willing to help us with the YouTube editing, this and that. His name is David. He goes by Spino Dude. Check him out. So I looked at him. I was like, okay. And so I had to help us. Like he did. He just helped us. Like didn't charge us anything. Just wanted to make sure we had good videos. Oh yeah, the trailer's sick. And after about a couple of weeks of that, I was like, hey man, you're doing great. I want to pay you, you know, to do this. I'll be paying through Chris Chaotic, and you're gonna help me with the YouTube channel. And so we did that for about 6 months, and it got to a point where he every time he met a deadline, he did great work. He was on top of it, started making thumbnails. That's him right there. And I was like, you know what? This is someone that I think could be great for the company. And Dave said so too. And so when he was doing all the stuff, I happened to tell Ross about it and brought up the idea of a card game. And he told me, he goes, you know, we're actually working on a card game of my own, dinosaur card game. And we're like, okay, that's cool. And told Ross about it. I believe I told Ross about it. Something happened, and we just had a meeting, and we got together. And within like one meeting, we were all like, we have a plan, we have an execution, we're gonna go for it. And 4 months after that, we had gameplay, like actual strategies for the card game. Very early on, designs were bad. And you know, Ross, he's been directing this. He's been the art director and directing everything. And I've been up there doing the creative directing with him. But he deals with all the artists. He deals with all the graphic designs with Spino. So he's done, you know, I would say easily 50% of the work by himself, just getting everything done. You know what? I'd say even probably more than that, man. He's in Spain right now, still messages me about stuff we have to do. He's incredible. And then Spino, he's been directed by Ross to do, you know, not only the editing for the videos for this, but also for the cards, like the look that they have now. Like, oh, this was Ross, myself, and Spino sitting down talking about what we didn't like and what we did like. And it's funny because you know how my personality is. And for the longest time, I didn't realize why they were going off everything that I was like, oh, this is awesome. Or I don't really feel that's great. And it's because they were judging my reaction on how people would react to the product. And it worked out perfectly because I get excited about stuff I think a lot of people can agree with. And so like coming to where it is now is just one of those things where we had the perfect combination of the three of us to make something great. You know, Ross directing it, doing all this other stuff. He set up the Kickstarter by himself, did an incredible job, did the assets. Spino would work on all the graphics stuff to get it ready and set up and make it how the card looked. And then I'm in there helping like figure out things, get the card game going, playing it, figuring out Zoic Jr. with my son. And it's just, there he is. Yeah, Knox. And it was an incredible process. So we have this card game now. It plays incredibly well. It's super well. It's actually a little stupid how perfectly the card game came to be, because even we love to play it. My son loves to play it, and it's just one of those things where it works. So it was just a crazy hurricane of chaos that made it work so well. And now we're coming out with cards. Like, actually, how do I share my screen? Can I do that?
Yeah, go for it. You go into to share screen. I was just, let me know when you're ready. But this is their live stream, the regular live stream. And last Thursday, as we were talking about it, they actually, you know, talked a little bit about the ongoing Kickstarter. That's I think 25 days or so. So that's what I'm showing here, and hopefully you guys don't do a copyright claim, because that's what happened last week when I showed some Demon Slayer trailer.
No way.
But it's fine. But they actually played through, and you can kind of see what a game looks like if you're curious about this kind of thing. It's really cool. If you're at all interested in trading card games, I mentioned to you, my youngest is really into the One Piece trading card game right now. We've done a couple of other things, but he's really landed on that one, and we were dueling last night. I kicked his ass, and he kicked mine. It was a good night. But were you about to show? Is it?
Oh yeah. How do I share it?
On the bottom, there should be a plus sign.
Oh yeah, it's down here next to my face. I don't know if you can see me down there. It says share.
Oh, duh, I didn't scroll. Yeah, I should scroll down. Here we go.
Perfect. And so let me see. Okay,
before presenting a screen, I have to remove this one. That makes sense. And then show this one.
Yeah, so this is one of our newest cards. So I'm really excited about it. And you know what's really interesting about it too is, how do I go to, oh, you know what? I can't see the arrow. It actually looks like this in the card form. And so this is one. I'm actually not supposed to share this. Hold on. Close that out. I'm going to hold up some cards. I just saw do not share yet.
I swear I wasn't trying to do any of that.
Oh no.
Here, this is what I'll say. We'll keep talking a little bit more about the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But as a quick preview,
for Adam.
I think in about 2 weeks or so, on a Sunday at 2:05 p.m., they'll be on the Highly Articulated channel with Adam talking about this stuff. And Adam is particularly good at getting people to share things that they shouldn't. So if you watch that one, you'll probably see a whole lot more. But yes, don't share that right now. But what were you going to show? So you're showing new art.
Yeah, I'll show you the cards because they're incredible. These are the older versions. But I'm not going to share my screen anymore. And you can see, like, so you have the original, which is the Smilodon. And so you have attachment cards. So you get the armor that goes on it, and then you also get Dragolina. And so once you get all three, you can summon your champion, and it's a super powered beast. And it definitely busted. Ross is going to be like, Crash, what were you doing? And you know what's funny is we were doing a live stream, and I showed off Spino's piece for the art thing, and Ross was like, no. I'm like,
yeah. Well, that's cool. Did you mention who are all the artists, or is it a artist, multiple artists doing your artwork?
I think there's like 20 people. If you go to the Kickstarter and you scroll down, it shows everybody who's worked on the card game.
Perfect. Okay, so the Kickstarter is going now. The name of the game is Zoic. If you didn't catch it, it's all based on essentially the new intellectual property IP owned by Creative Beast Studio.
Correct. Yep.
Based on the world of Cyberzoic. So it's really cool. You know, a lot of us grew up in the era of these storytelling properties that would support the action figure line and vice versa, right? Whether it was a movie or a comic book or cartoon. And in this case, you guys are doing this as one of the ways that you're getting sort of the world out there. Is there kind of storytelling in some of the games a little bit?
So what's really cool about
Okay.
it too is not only do we have the storytelling, there's a few cards that actually have a story throughout it. It's really nice. But it's not just the
Oh,
Cyberzoic, it's the universe with Mesozoic and the Cenozoic. So we wanted to make it not
yep,
only a Cyberzoic game,
that's
but
right.
also a game where it involves all of our IPs. And so it was really fun figuring out how to make that work because it took a lot of work to figure out how to get the Cyberzoic in there, the Cenozoic, and then even, Beasts of the Mesozoic. And it flowed. And it's crazy because not only are all these creatures going to be in our Cyberzoic universe, they're also in our real universe here on Earth. So it's pretty neat.
I love that. Unlike a lot of the games right now, they're not one-to-one duels. Only you can play with multiple people, right? 2 to
Yeah.
4.
Yes, and it was funny because our game testers for that, Ross was over at his brother's house and he was actually game testing. And it was so funny because he was testing the game with I think 2 other people. And they're all sitting around having a good time, figuring things out. And it was one of those things where they figured out how to make it work with 4 players because Magic the Gathering, you can do that.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where they had it to where they had actually 4 people playing, Ross included, so 3 other people, and it went on for almost 2 hours. And he said it was the most intense, awesome game he's ever played. He was hooked, and he called Spinal and I, and it was late at night, or he didn't call us. I think he messaged me. He's like, "Chris, this is incredible. It works," and it was great.
So from a basic trading card game thing, just some basics. And again, watch the show. I think he said October 19th. Does that sound right?
Adam, I believe so.
With Adam. So they'll definitely go a lot more into the Kickstarter, but essentially the way the game is played, you're gonna have starter decks that essentially you can pick up and play, but then you can get boosters to add specific types of cards into your deck for stepping up your game. Is that the basic concept?
Yeah. So like if you look right now on the screen, you actually have our deck building package. And so what is this one? The 2-player starter set. So in that big one, you get the T-Rex deck and you get the Lizard Dragon deck. Well, excuse me, they're not full decks. So we actually included 2 extra booster packs in there so you can build out your own unique deck. So no 2 decks will ever be the same to start off with. And it makes it so you get unique cards. You have an opportunity with the booster, get something really cool. And then you also get booster packs too. So you can build out the most incredible army, or I guess deck that you want and just do it your own way. But it's so fun, and we have a lot of really cool things coming out, a lot of really rare cards, even a special surprise that we're not even going to talk about that I can't say anything on. Oh my gosh, it's harder than it looks. But yeah, so we have a lot of cool stuff coming out with it.
It's awesome. And so I haven't backed yet, but I'm definitely going to do this because I think this could be a fun thing for me and the kids. You do the 2-player, you're good to go with 2. And it's what's a 2-player to back 45. For like so I don't think she's listening, but for my wife, I love you, but 45 to get on this is like a tiny percentage of some of the other Kickstarters that I've backed. So it's for the kids. But no, this is really cool, and this is my excitement for this. My wish and my excitement and my hope for this is that you all get to reach people who aren't action figure people that might get into this, and then later realize, which it's not too different from, I know 4 Horsemen are about to do their Kickstarter for their RPG based on the Mythic Legions IP, and I think that's just amazing. I think it's something that Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. We have there's the comic book that kind of gets that out there, but obviously this kind of thing is definitely in the zeitgeist right now. The trading card game thing is deep, and I feel like it reaches a whole other audience that isn't necessarily buying action figures. So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes.
Oh, me too.
If for the folks who haven't been following it, it's backed. How long did it take?
9.5 hours.
9.5 hours, and they reached their first goal. So which is awesome. So this is going to happen. Now it's just a matter of seeing what else, and you can see all those details of what else comes with this and what the options are. Again, I'll put it in the links, but you should definitely watch the Highly Articulated channel here on YouTube with this guy. I'm assuming it's going to be the whole crew, maybe on the 19th?
Yes, we're going to have Spino, myself, and Ross on it.
Nice. So they'll give you all the details, and definitely check out the Creative Beast Studio YouTube channel, because like I said, they done a lot of episodes about it, but they're also just most recently last Thursday played an entire game, and you get a feel for it, and you get to see Chris in his weird prison cell playing.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
Live streaming.
Mhm.
So awesome, man. I'm
Thank you.
super excited for you and about this, because this is definitely, as folks know, I'm really into the indie thing. I love the where indie action figures are going, and to see now people thinking about rounding out the kind of offerings in the ecosystem, like thinking back to the 80s and 90s of like, how do we, we don't have Saturday morning cartoons in the same way.
No.
How do we reach out to people to let them know about this awesome world that we're creating, and hopefully we'll get some cross-pollination. So
yes, well, and that's what really comes of this, because every card we have, you can buy our action figure for that card, and that was the kicker. And if we don't have a action figure for a species and it's in the game, we're probably making it. So that's another little tidbit for all you guys out there.
That's awesome. I love that. So check out, you can look at the card game, and then it'll give you a sense of maybe what's coming. I didn't want to move on without actually showing some of the artists, because the art is amazing, and you're working with some awesome talent. So I'm going to scroll through and take a look at them. If you can do some name checking, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah,
because you know them more than I do.
Well, what's funny is I have to look at him. Let me see. I think that is Brett Booth's art. He didn't color
it is. Oh, sorry. If you can't see it, if it's too small, I can see it, and I'll call him out. So here's Brett Booth's artwork.
Those should be Ralph. Ralph is insane. Is that Ralph? Oh, it's Raoul. Yeah. And, and this one's really cool. This is one of our new artists. So Ross found a bunch of new guys, and he has killed it. Oh, it's so cool, man. And he sends like 4 different little pieces of like what we think it should be, and this is a mix of 2 of them, and then he just goes with what he's doing. I actually Spino dude, David Burgett, he did the color for this one, so it's really cool to see how like we're all getting involved with, like he didn't color this, he did the color scheme for the dinosaur. Sorry, let me make that clarification. Okay. It's so cool, man. And it's like one of those things where, because he has no background in any of this stuff, he went to school for graphic art or graphic design, but didn't have any application besides his YouTube channel, which is a Spino Dude channel. But now with Ross coaching him and teaching him, he's getting all this crazy education, becoming really a pretty strong firm hold in the industry for what he's doing. But yeah, then we have all these other cards. Some of them are from our package art, as you can see those 2. These were the winners from our campaign we did for it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was nice. And it should be they're 2 different artists, but it was funny because it blew our minds when we did that campaign for Zoic to like get art from other people. We were not expecting the caliber of artists to be involved, and so it blew our minds. That's actually how we found one of our new designers and artist. I can't think. Why am I blowing a blank on his name? I talk to him every day. I'm so bad with names.
It's all good. So this is the artwork from the winners. Christian Garish.
Yes.
Did I say that right? Okay. And then I can't read that. Something Altamirano.
Marcus. His name is Marcus. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. Sorry. Yeah, I can't say it's a Hispanic name or a South American name.
Is it CAMUS?
Yes.
CAMOS, maybe? Camos?
Yes.
That would be Camos. Yeah, Altamirazo. Interesting.
That's really good. I can't do it.
But shout out to you guys for putting the artists on the front there, nice and big.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's what I wanted to make sure. I name checked at least the artists that are listed here. Yeah, there's Jonathan Kuo. Is that right?
Yep.
Raf
Lamotan.
Sorry, I'm reading off of like a compressed JPEGs. Noel Hill, it looks like. Raul Ramos.
Yep. And Raul is insane in the industry, man. He did so many pieces for us. Ralph, I can't even say it. I'm gonna sound like I'm barking. Ralph, he is nuts with his its illustrations, and it really set us apart from everything else out there.
I love it, man. You guys are doing some really great stuff in the toy space. Like I said, you're creating some really complex toys.
Thank you.
And as we've said, but you're now doing a trading card game, and
we have a tabletop game.
Artists. Yeah. And you have a tabletop game as well?
Oh yeah, man. We have a company in Germany, I believe it is, doing our RPG Cyberzoic tabletop game.
Jeebus. Okay,
Dude,
and what?
everything. We have our new clothing. We have our other stuff, posters. We have cups.
I had no idea. I'm a bad nerd, but awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I
It's
think
getting
that's really
wild.
great.
Thank
That's
you.
what it's about, man. It's what it's
Mhm.
about because right now we are in such a great time for the level
Yes.
of creativity, and
Oh, 100%.
it's awesome. So, all right. Well, hey, let's we spent a good hour and 20 minutes talking about your amazing stuff, dude. It's fantastic. Hey, what's up? E McNeil is
Oh,
here
thank you.
saying awesome art on those cards. Like
Thank you, man.
this feels like a natural evolution, man. TV show and movie when?
Oh, yeah. That's the goal at some point.
And we're gonna get it's gonna be all practical, and we're just gonna put some makeup and some application on Chris, and he's gonna be all the creatures. Erwin
All of them.
Papa, who is an amazing artist himself, you should definitely check out his work. Is saying great work,
Oh,
man.
awesome. I definitely will.
And you're gonna get PETA on us, Adam, but Creative Beast Dino Skin handbags. But yes.
Very cool.
All right, let's switch gears and let's talk about some of the other wildly talented people in the action figure space that are doing stuff now. You down to talk about some other people before we go?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll see how quickly we can go. This is Brian Von Burke of Von Burke Studios, who has been doing some great custom parts for Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions, and so someone who's like well known in the community. But let me give you a sense first of his kind of stuff. I don't know if you've ever come across his work, but most recently he'll do things like this where he's like, I want to make a cat looking metal helmet, and he just do these drops, and there's series that he does, but this is just an example of some of this. Is most recent, the Bonesmith helmet.
See, that's cool.
Give you a sense of the kind of stuff that's out there. So that thing is pretty cool. That was relatively recently, just a couple of weeks at this point.
That's cool. So that's great. And he's got the cut so perfect on the helmet so you can see the lower jaw. I love that.
Yep. And it's just unique, right? It's an art direction that we, based on what we've seen so far, might not be something that we see in Legions, officially. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then, he's done stuff like these, some custom heads, but always there's like, he's very much like got his own style and art direction. Here's a couple of them. He's always kind of working on these prints. More recently, he's done these limited prints with them. So kind of like you guys, it's like, hey, we love this stuff, but we love art. And, I love to see it. I'm really excited to see where things are at right now. These are a couple of his stuff that he's put out there. But, there aren't enough awesome indie toy lines to spend our money on.
Right.
He more recently has announced that he's got his action figure. Oh, actually, sorry. Spoiler before then. May 4th, there's another example. Big Star Wars guy. So on May 4th, he kind of put out this Necro Trooper head. That's cool. To give you a sense. And what I was trying to smoothly transition to was the new action figure line. So the new action figure line apparently is going to be called Ashen Oath. And so this was the first tease. And I've been trying to share this, been running out of space on the last couple shows. I put them on the thumbnail and then we don't talk about them. I feel really bad. But we're definitely talking about it now. So a couple weeks ago, he shared this. This is the first of the figures of a 5-figure wave, apparently, that he's also going to be doing a Kickstarter at some point soon. He'll be sharing all these prototypes at Legions Con, so you'll be able to see them before I do in real life.
That's going to be cool.
So, and it's all got this, very like high gothic black and white kind of aesthetic.
Heavy armor.
Yeah. And so I think this stuff is really cool looking, and I'm just
well, if you look, what I think is really cool is look at his waist belt. You can see the skull from it. You got the belt with the nose, and then his chest to the midsection looks like the eyes. That's incredible. That's great design work.
It's really right here. Yeah, there's the eyes, and it's really cool stuff. And so you've got these folks who were, obviously like huge fans of another toy line that happens to be the Four Horsemen, and they, as far as I'm concerned, like are kind of the gold standard when it comes to indie action figures, and they've really paved the way. Obviously, have been in the industry for a long time, and they, 10, 11 years now ago started Mythic Legions, did Kickstarters. Imagine that 11 years ago, kickstart a new IP to make action figures. And then that blew up, and they've been, growing that line. They ended up launching at this point, Cosmic Legions, Figure Obscura, Legacies of Mythos, and Infinite Legion. So they now got multiple lines.
Oh yeah.
But all the while supporting folks, building kind of a creative little cottage industry of customizers and painters, custom part makers. And that's, giving someone like Von Burke the space to show what he can do with sculpts and working with other people. And then now he's like, well, I've got ideas for a toy line, and this is what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So that other one was sort of like a villain in the line. This is what he calls the goodish side. What apparently are called the Eventide, because, it seems like a, pardon the pun, gray, maybe a morally gray or whatever you want to call it, a fun little world that he's building up that seems to be, I'm assuming it's monochromatic. I may be wrong in that. I don't know. And we'll find out in a couple weeks, because I'm actually going to have Brian on the show in about 3 weeks from now.
That's
and
awesome.
He'll talk a little bit more about Ashen N.E.W.S before he brings these prototypes and probably reveals more at Legions Con. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to just show it here. I've been talking about all these awesome lines that are coming out, and I don't actually talk about all of them. Some people think, man, you just what someone makes something, you show it. I actually do I am a little bit selective. The challenge that I'm finding is that everyone's doing just such really great work.
Cool stuff. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm finding about this is it's now the indie scene. This is where the cool stuff is, because you do have, Hasbro and Mattel, they do cool things, but they have their board that they have to satisfy. With us being the indie companies, we come up with an idea. For example, we're coming up with an idea today for a new guy we're doing, and it was all in an email, and within 30 minutes, we have a new product that we're going to have out for next year. So it's so cool. We can just come with an idea. If we like it, we all agree on it, done.
Yeah. I mean, when we were talking about what you guys are doing, you guys are like, hey, what about a trading card game? And you can get it done.
Yes.
And ultimately it's driven by the idea, right? That's what
Correct.
It seems like with you guys versus, I don't know, is this going to help us make our numbers for the year and make the shareholders happy? So anyway, this is cool. I'm really excited to see more from Von Burke Studios and Ashen N.E.W.S. It's not only just the work that people are doing. What's amazing to me, and even hearing you, is that there's all these talented people that are out there that are available to work on this stuff. And because obviously we now have online communities and space to share stuff, you can meet people. You can work with someone. I'm assuming you could work with people from all over the world to do some paintings for digital paintings for your, for the card game, for example. And that just wasn't possible 20 years ago, right? You can send assets back and forth. And so I think we're seeing now the result of it. And the boom. And I'm here for it. So
100%.
Von Burke Studio, that's coming out. Like I said, that he'll be making a big sort of debut at Legions Con of the prototypes, and he'll be here in a couple of weeks to share that. So look out for that. Let me switch gears, because Joe Lanta was Creative Beast not at Joe Lanta this year?
We were at Joe. Was it Joe Lanta? No, I think
Joe Lanta's happening right now, or happened this weekend, right?
Yeah. So no, we were not there.
Okay, I didn't know if the other guys were there and you weren't or something.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. So next one will be at Legions Con, and then next year we have a plethora of cons. I don't even know which ones, to be honest with you. It's so bad.
Plethora. Yeah, no, I'm there's so many. So I get that, but one of my favorite lines, the long-awaited lines, because it's not out yet, and let me get this ready so that I don't pull a Chris and show things I'm not supposed to. Yeah, so it's Brutal Realm. So they're at Jolanta, and they sent over. Here we go. How do I do this? It's been a while. Share. No, I have to hide.
Make sure it's the right screen break.
I know. I'm not highly professional over here. What are you talking about, man? Share screen, window, and that's the one. Okay, so they sent images over of their booth, and so the Brutal Realm guys. Yeah,
yeah.
They were at Legion's Con last year as well in the hallway. They're going to be there again this year. So these are what I call the Creative Beast Studio, I guess, physique action figure line, Brutal Realm. Like you all, these guys have good access to weights and protein. You're familiar with this line, it sounds like. Okay. They're going all out with their displays. Really, they're a new line. They have they're working with Vonner to get these figures done. They're in the factory right now. But they're going around showing prototypes and stuff and trying to communicate to potential new fans what their world's about. So they keep upping their display. They've brought in this big old shield that's an actual shield that one of their key characters, Ogun, has.
That's
and
cool.
You can kind of see they've bringing little props here and there. Some of these are actually meant to be lore. Some of them are just meant to be like display to kind of communicate a feeling of the world. But these are all the prototypes and paint masters that they had on there. Like things like this giant lion or this giant cat are literally just things that James, I think, finds at his local thrift store. And they're like, oh, this could work to communicate an idea.
Yep.
But this is what they've got going on. And so they did definitely share some new things. Like this sort of structure in the back is an idea and a concept of something that would exist in their world. No names yet, but linked to the sort of bad guy side. And these are two prototypes of those bad guys that actually haven't really been seen yet. So this is, I think, the first show where they have both those prototypes in person. Nice. This one in particular really hasn't. This is the army builder from their Kickstarter. And so I forget the shoe. I'm gonna butcher the name, so I won't even try. But so this is the first time we're seeing that, and they shared that there, which is kind of cool. These are all sort of like I said, in production right now. You can kind of see the armor set on this figure. This is just a prototype. This is not a paint master yet, but
that's cool.
That's the army builder figure.
It's got like that He-Man physique. I really like their line for the big muscular look.
I'm sure you do.
Sure, I mean, that's all.
These guys, I'm sure, could wear what is it, like how many pound chains around their necks?
Like 7.5 pounds.
Yeah, I'm
710 pounds. No big deal.
Here's his loadout, and because they are army builders, they might all look very similar, but they've got different heads and masks and stuff to kind of give you some variety in your little troops.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. And then this is their main baddie, Grim Skull. And they had a new paint master. This is just a printed prototype, but they had this guy. That's the actual paint master. You're going to get a sense of his like skin tone. I know a lot of folks were curious because we've only been going off art, which was wild to me. Like folks really backed this line, and we only saw some of the figures prototype, but not all of them. And I was one of them who was just like, yeah, that looks like a cool design. Gimme, back in.
Yep.
But this was kind of cool to see how this plays out. So this is meant to be like a power effect that goes on top of the actual sword.
Oh, cool.
So there's an actual sword with blade, but then I guess, in combat, it has this red sort of energy aura thing. So I'm excited for these figures. This is definitely one of my more awaited. I keep saying I could stop buying toys for a couple years, and I'm still going to be receiving toys that I've pre-ordered or backed.
Oh, it's so bad. Yep.
For the next 3 years at least.
Oh, I think that's the thing with it, because I'll go on Big Bad, I'll see something's coming, I'll pre-order it, forget about it, get a notification. I have like 4 packages.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's looking really cool, and he's gonna like fit right in on my shelf of these sort of fantasy type creatures, and my Kami dragon and whatever other creatures, man. My raptors, a couple raptors that I got from you guys.
Nice.
Put these raptors next to this guy. This is their chief motto, and we haven't actually seen the fully painted prototype yet. So this is another new one that they're showing at Jolana
Cool.
yesterday and today. And man, put this next to some of your stuff, and it's, like there's an old video game, Turok.
Oh, dude, I love to. I just bought it on Steam because they did the release for like $4 for the game.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's cool.
So it's gonna be cool to see him with all his different parts, the bare feet, the paint,
cool.
and
love that skinned head. That's cool.
Yeah, so that was that, and this was Ogun. These two characters in particular, but especially Ogun, were the ones that really caught my eye, because not only are they doing like the big buff, quote unquote barbarian warrior type thing, but they were doing, warriors based on parts of the world and cultures that we just haven't gotten figures of, right? So yeah, give me Ogun, the the god of iron, I believe, out of the Yoruba people in Africa, and it's cool. It's really great stuff. There's that shield that we sort of saw the bigger version. We've seen this prototype before. We've seen this guy. They've got your very Conan / He-Man coded barbarian dudes as well. And then they've done some like sort of woad Celtic warriors too, and Killian the Red over here.
Man, I love the shoulder for these guys. It's so beefy.
Yeah. Dense?
Yeah.
Dense? Yeah. Dense. So
that's cool.
Again, like some of this stuff we've seen before, but these are the new painted prototypes. And I know I see James and Jason all the time being like, oh, we're working on it. They're coming. And it's just the reality of, how it is. Like it takes a while to make these things. And obviously there have been some things that have happened with, international economic policy that have put some wrenches into things, slowed things down a little, but at the end of the day, we're going to get some great toys. And so this was all cool. We've seen that figure. And then this is their 2026 exclusive for like cons and stuff. This guy that they're creating with the all angry head.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah, the whole barbarian thing, man. Like, I just feel like a couple years ago there really wasn't a whole lot, and now it's like
it's exploding, dude. Oh yeah, it's cool.
So that's Brutal Realm. And Sebastian's asking, are they all the same bodies, or do they have differently scaled bodies? At this time, they're all the same bodies. This literally is like their first shot. Like, they just did the Kickstarter, so they're starting there. But they do have, if folks aren't familiar, they do have a woman warrior designed, and they threw him on as concept art. And again, people were just so excited. People were backing, and so those are funded, and they're going to make them. And so they exist. They're just kind of not yet. They're on their way. So
that's cool.
Okay, let's take a look at some other odds and ends, and then we'll call it a day. And you're still good? You're good on time?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm here for the ride.
Thanks, Chris. Okay. So in addition to the domestic indies, I have been spending way too much money on import stuff, and some of them are indies, some of them are companies that have been established for a while, but this is from a company called Dark Crown. They've been doing 1/6 stuff for the longest time, and now are doing 1/12, and this is just a tease of the second character in this line. The first character is on the water right now, and so they were sharing this. It's got these teasing obviously some wings on these guys. I don't know if they're working with Brian Von Burke and want to do the monochromatic thing too, but these guys are also mostly monochromatic. It's kind of like a ninja cyber thing with clearly now birds. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that intrigues me, and man, it is wild, as J Max says.
Yeah. Jeez. So what is the first one from this company? What was the first figure they released?
Here, I will show you as we talk.
Because now I'm like, well, this is cool.
Yeah. So it's from the line is called Burning Souls, and by Dark Crown. And let me pull up this is the over on 5K. I think they probably still have some available. Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. The product is unavailable.
Oh,
but
of course. Now that you show me, Burke, and I want it.
Sorry, but it is a thing that one of these things that I do have on pre-order that so all of these pieces to make these different sort of looks are in the kit, especially if you get the deluxe. You've got all of these. They've got like magnetic feet, dude. You can put them on your refrigerator and they can and hands, they can hang off.
Did you get 2 of them?
I got the deluxe. So the deluxe actually comes with 2. So that you can get all the looks, and so that's them on a piece of ferrous.
Look at that weapon! What?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
There's
I
the
wish I knew about this.
weapon.
How am I going to get this, Brick?
So there's magnets on the feet and magnets on the hand. So they're actually on a piece of metal hanging.
That's so cool. That's super
so
cool.
This is the next figure, and yeah, the thing is, this weekend we are in the season. Wonderfest Shanghai, which is after Legion's Con, probably the second dream con for me to ever go to, because
you're going?
No, sorry, that I would want to go to, bucket list, if you will. But it's in Shanghai. They moved from they're kind of all over Asia. They just did the Wonder Festival Summer in Tokyo.
Yep.
This one's in Shanghai. And so October 2nd, October 3rd, this week will be just a flood of news. And I'll probably be doing some special little episodes or videos about them, just because there's way too much. And I already have a guest for next Sunday that I'll talk about later. So anyway, look out for that stuff. I'm excited about this. Solo Sinner saying, damn, all fire in those figures. Absolutely. They're not cheap either, but you get what you pay for. And then, Thanos says, if you're genuinely curious about these figures, when they start to drop, so they're unavailable on 5K right now. When they drop, there'll probably be a bunch of folks who don't make the second payment change their mind, and then there's usually a couple available. So
okay, I want one so bad. So Brick, I might have to go to California and beat you up for one.
No, I'll let you know where it is. If you're serious, I will absolutely send you a link. But dude, look out for that. Let's just do a couple of more. This is something that I think would be right up your alley. You mentioned Predator. I don't know if you're familiar with a Japanese sculptor named Yoshi.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So I have a story about this guy.
Go for it.
Okay, so it's so funny because Dave Silva, he went crazy with all the Predators and stuff at NECA. He actually did most of the designs. There's one called the I can't remember what it's called. I have the let me grab it real quick. It's right here.
And if folks didn't catch that, Dave Silva, who started and runs Creative Beast Studio, still works with NECA, right? Or no longer?
No, not anymore. No, he's
no longer. Okay,
so big now.
He's just okay. So he worked at NECA for the longest time and was the sculptor for a lot.
There's Ross. Ross, get out of here! You're supposed to be in Spain.
It's funny you mentioned that. What's up, Ross? He the Alpha Predator. There you go. He's here to help you out. Like, he's probably been here this whole time trying to figure out how much he needs to yell at you.
Oh, dude, especially for
you might have let slip.
He's like, Chris, what was that Razor Hound? Oh my god. Yep. Discord messages.
Okay, so you were about to tell us about David Silva, and
I don't know how well you can see the words on the bottom of the thing right here.
Yes,
but
hold on, let me.
Oh yeah. Let me get my camera focused. So this is really cool because Dave not only designed this one, but he did the concept for it, the story for it. So concept design, sculpt, and the original story. And this is my favorite one. And you can't find it anywhere. If you do, it's like over $100. But I haven't even opened mine. But it's incredible, and it has this really cool pearl finish on the Predator body. And he used the original design because the Predator monster alien wasn't how they look now. So he made a mask of the original look, and it goes hard, man. It looks so good. But it was funny because Dave and I were talking about these because I told him, I go, man, I really like this design. He was like, this is a design that's cool, but I'm not really for it. It looks a little too organic to me, like plant life. And he goes, also, it's not as beefy as I'd like. And I was like, beefy? And I was looking, I was like, what do you mean? He's like, look at the waist. It's pretty skinny. They're supposed to be stocky. And I was like, Dave, don't kill my dreams, bro. So this is a good one. I think this is so cool. I really do like the design choices with this.
So this is by, like I said, a well-known sculptor artist, Yoshi, who's done. He has his own stuff. I was in Japan in the summer and picked up some gashapon that he does, and it's wild because he's got his own line that he does strictly through the capsule toys, but they're actually, you can put them together and they're fully articulated figures. It's kind of wild. He's done stuff that I'm sure you've seen. He's done other work, but he also, well, here, I'll keep showing this. It's definitely stylized. It's absolutely stylized. It's the idea is like, hey, what if this sculptor artist that we love here in Japan, like, did Predator and we let him go? And that's what this is. So it definitely might not work in people's mind of like what's supposed to be. But you know, Japan's like, they're like, they tend to be a little bit, I've seen, a little more open to just playing with stuff and experimenting with stuff, just like that, you know, that Star Wars like visions where it's like, hey, give us anime versions of this stuff, and they just go. But I love the way this thing looks, the way he's sort of reinterpreted both the mask and the face. And I don't know if you've been following like the newer Predator stuff coming, like Prey and the animated thing that's on Hulu. Have you seen that?
You know what's funny is Ross and Spino were talking to me about that while they're in town, and I haven't had the time to watch it. It's stupid. It's not hard to do. You just put it on and watch it while you're in bed. Is it that good, Brick?
Yes, okay, it is amazingly. It's just really like just the way they're taking the property and expanding the world a little bit. I'm not going to tell you much about it, but definitely watch it and watch it all the way through, just like a Marvel movie. Stick around for the credits.
Really? Okay, cool.
Because it's fun if you're into it. But I like this. But they're also showing you that there's lots of variety within the Yautja, within the Predator thing. And I don't know, I definitely like this look. It's sinewy. That's his style, like hyper detailed kind of a thing. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but man, do I love it.
I like that. I think it looks really cool.
He's also done a xenomorph that is available on Bombasby right now. Yeah, I got you.
Oh man,
it is fantastic. Let me see if I can find it. Bombasby, but man, we're in this amazing place right now, not just with action figures, but I don't know if you've been following. It sounds like maybe not. You haven't watched the Predator stuff, but Alien Earth.
So that's man. You know what? I haven't watched anything. The only thing I'm keeping up with is Kaiju number 8 right now because it's an easy one that I can watch on my phone wherever. And it's great, man. I love the design. Love the story. Did you watch Solo Leveling?
I sure did. I enjoyed it. But yes, there's lots of great stuff out there.
Dude, it's so funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
See, like that's the thing. Like I am obsessed. Like Sword Art Online, the first season, incredible. That was my favorite season for it. But like Solo Leveling, it's kind of the same in the real world premise. And man, I love. See, my thing is like One Punch Man. I love people who are super overpowered but don't use their power for anything but to make sure they can help people. That's my storyline.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I want to see this Predator one. I want to see the Alien Earth. And it's crazy because I'll see all these. Oh, there's a xenomorph. Yeah. I'll see all these cool things. And I'm like, I need to watch it, but I don't have time. That's too cool.
Alien Earth, my wife and I watched it. Man, we were just like every week, just like, give us a new one. Tell us more. Because it's really well done. I know there are folks who are like not convinced by it. But you know, wait, come on, show me this stuff. But anyway, this is very much his, you know, style. Again, very sinewy. Like Giger, obviously H.R. Giger did his thing with it, and that set the mold. And so it's always neat to kind of see other folks do it. It's not that far removed, but the you know, body, the same thing with the proportions, maybe a little bit different than folks are used to. But hey, it's a xenomorph.
Yeah.
And, you know, it depends on what they came out of and who knows. If you want to get all, you know, like you guys, all hardcore about the physiology and the anatomy and the realism, check that out, man. Look at that.
Dude, okay, that picture, the bottom right, looks incredible. That just really sells it for me right there. Yeah, that is creepy and menacing.
These are not really showing it, but I will tell you these things will move like nobody's business.
I love that. And they're the 1/18 scale?
So yeah, they're 18 centimeters, which is like almost like what, seven inches. I usually have it in my head. Yeah,
18.
7 inches. I was right. 18 centimeters is 7 inches. So he's a tall thing, but he's going to be a xenomorph. He's going to be down, squatting low. And this thing, I don't know if they've actually, I think they did. Let's see.
Man.
But we're living in some wild times between what
There's
you all
so-
do, stuff happening overseas. You got the Horsemen, you got Toys, you got Brutal Realm. Now we're getting Von Burke and Corsair Creations. Like, it's
Dude, incredible. Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, it's nuts. What was that brand that you showed me with the wing guy and then the guys with the magnets in their feet? That was my favorite. I want that so bad.
Yep. I'll send you links after. And folks,
Yes.
again, if you're interested in this, check out the QR code there and the URL. That'll all be there. This is Dark Crown Toys.
Dark Crown Toys. I'm going to remember that. That's cool.
I'll send you those links. And also you should check out the 1/6 because that'll give you a sense of where they might go with it. But those are hyper detailed. They're pretty amazing.
That's so cool.
All right. So thank you so much, man. Like, I've already taken plenty of your time, and thank you for bringing the energy. It actually helped me. I got dopamine hits, and I appreciate it. And then I'm going to go work for a couple of hours and get grades done. But other folks are into it. Thanos is saying, my only problem with Alien Earth is I wanted more. Yeah.
Did they show all the episodes they have currently? Is it already played through?
It's all done. It just finished this
I can watch
week.
it. Nice.
I don't know what kind of music you're into, but let me say, man, musically, like everything, art direction, cinematography. If you're familiar with, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he did the Fargo TV show and there's a show called Legion a while back. But he's the showrunner.
Nice.
And brilliant. Just really, I think, some really fun storytelling. But anyway, yeah, man. So, there it is. Noah Hawley. Yes. And so is it true they haven't been greenlit? It's coming. There's no way it's not coming. But if not, then whatever. I have no faith in humanity anymore. But I'm siding with the xenomorphs, man.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I've just been so frustrated lately. Okay.
Funny.
Hey, man, thank you again, seriously, for hanging out today. I'm glad to finally get you on the news. Look out in the next couple of weeks, like I said, on Highly Articulated. You in what, October 19th, I want to say Sunday, if that's a Sunday.
I believe so. Let me check. I mean, Adam sent it to me 20 times and I'll forget it again.
But the full crew will be there talking all sorts of Zoic. If you really want to learn more about it, they'll go real specific into the card game. Go over there and ask. Immortal Con, I know I didn't go that deep, but I would say look for the Kickstarter this week. There should be something with a little bit more of an update for the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. And so there you go. Adam is here, October 19th, 2 p.m. Isn't it usually 2:05, Adam? But yes, 2 p.m. Pacific. Catch these guys. Aside from that, is there anything else that you all are doing? Are you doing more episodes? Like, what's the schedule with your guys's
Man, it's
channel?
insane. So our schedule right now, I'm actually looking through it because I can't even talk, for just Zoic. And we have a ton of stuff coming out. So every day, basically, we have something that's a short or YouTube video for our Kickstarter. But then we have our previews every Saturday morning. And then every Monday is the articulation episode for the figure we showed off. So we are a little bit behind because, like I said, I was out of town and we couldn't get everything done. So our next Zoic video should be out tomorrow. And that's actually the playthrough we had live on Thursday, but it's a faster version, so you can really get into it. And that'll be great. So if you guys are interested in seeing the gameplay, I highly recommend watch that. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the guys playing, because I didn't play with them, weren't as good as me. So no beasts or some like the dragons or cool champions.
Yeah, because he was in prison. He was in prison.
I was in prison. It was so fun. But yeah, like it's incredible, man. The game's really fun. So we're gonna have to make sure we do send you something for that, Burke, so you can check it out too. Because like you're saying, you're playing with your kids. And Knox, like, how old are your kids?
12 and 14.
Oh, perfect. So they can play the regular game. Knox has just turned 7, so he just likes the pictures. But the game is so easy to play. It's super fun and fast, and it's one of those ones where all three of you can play. So it's great.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all about it. I'm down. I really want to check it out. I will be backing. I just haven't done it yet. For sure. I'm excited about it. Cool. And then, so the show for the next couple of weeks, like I said, definitely we've got some things going on. So next week, folks, put it on your calendars or whatever it is you do, or you could just consider subscribing and hit the notifications and yada, yada. This guy from a company called Four Horsemen and from a little show called Legions Con, Jeremy Gerard will be here next Sunday. He'll be my guest, and we're going to talk about the amazing work that he does, trying to juggle like all these lines and figure out the marketing and direction and storytelling for it, and then talk about Legions Con, because that's like a whole other thing that this guy does. And I love the dude. Had him on here and just had a blast talking. Like, yeah, we had to end up talking about a dragon because he had to do it, but we talked a little bit about his background and had such a great time. Such a good dude. And then awesome. The Sunday after, the Parlor Workshop, Q is going to be here, which amazing artist who's doing just some cool, like really geeky related sculptural artwork that like is definitely informed by the stuff that we love as toy people, as nerds. So she'll be on the week after. And then after that will be, that Brian Von Burke guy. So, I've been saying that and I've been showing you the windows, but you all can't see it. So instead, subscribe. It'll all be there. Come through. And then, of course, October 19th, watch this guy over on Highly Articulated.
Thank you,
Chris.
I was going to say, too, about Jeremy. He's so funny. I love talking to him at the cons, and really good guy. He got me to buy these, and I still haven't opened them. I'll show you really quick. And then I'll get out of your hair, because I know you want to...
No, man. I feel like I'm in your hair. This is,
So he was like,
hell yes.
Yeah, man. And I have so many... Dude, I have probably like 40 figures from Legions. And it's so funny because I was at the show and I was like, I want to get it, but I want to pick it up now. And he's so funny. I'm great at sales. He's great at sales. And he goes, Chris, if you don't get it now, they're probably going to be gone. And I can't guarantee, I know this stuff, Chris. I can't guarantee I'll have them at the next one. I was like, dang it, Jeremy. So I got him.
It's hardwired. Yeah, no, I have homework too.
That's so awesome.
It's all good, man. Dude, Chris Chaotic was not the only chaotic one on this stream today. So I appreciate you and I appreciate everyone who watched and hung out with us or is going to watch on the replay and, can bear with our energy today. Appreciate you, man. Seriously, super fun as always. Please send my regards to David and Ross and Spino, and just like you guys are doing great work.
Thank you.
The figures are amazing. What you're doing with the card game, and now I didn't even know about the tabletop game. You guys you're building something awesome, and so
thank you,
great folks. All right, I echo what J-Mac has to say. I wish everyone was as fun as Chris, man. Pure awesomeness. I agree, man. This is great. I needed this shot. So. All right, folks. I hope everybody has a good week. Thank you again for watching. As always, thank you to E and all the channel members who help Solo Center. Thank you again for that super chat. And everyone's really appreciative of you, Chris. So
thank you guys. Thank you.
All right. This is the point where I exit, and there's kind of a thing to it. I play music and stuff, so it's weird. It's all meta because I don't have any other clever way to do it. So I'm going to play music, and we'll just say goodbye and stuff and whatever. Okay? Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah. And then...
We'll just keep waving.
Stuff is happening now. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ending the stream. Bye, guys. Chris Chaotic. You brought the chaos.